Hey guys, it's Miki ASMR here, and today I'm going to be reading a Sugawara Koshi X Listener. This one is titled Chrysanthemum, and this is a Soulmate to You, where everyone is born with a tattoo on the inside of their wrist of their dominant hand, and there's only two of the same exact tattoos in the world, and identical tattoos mean that the two people are soulmates. And this is a you where people can go without finding their soulmate, since it would be pretty easy to do that. Also, the last video that I made is a Tsukushima one. I know I do a lot of Tsukushima, and I'm sorry about that, but my dad was working out and I really wanted to post a video earlier, and I had these pre-recorded videos because I record a lot of videos that I end up just not posting because I'm lazy to edit them. But I posted that one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But anyways, I just wanted to say yes, this was requested a lot because a lot of people want Suga, so I'm delivering here Suga. And without further ado, that was a long intro. Let's get right on into the video. Age 6. You hum to yourself as you put the finishing touches on your sandcastle. The sandbox at the park was always the first thing that you went to. The other children tended to head towards the monkey bars at their swings, but you wanted to build things from your extensive imagination. Smiling down at your work, you looked down for your mother. She was sitting at the bench chatting with another woman. You wanted her to see your creation, and was about to call for her when a ball came flying in the air and landed in the middle of your creation. You gave a small cry of despair as the ball had completely destroyed everything. "Oh, sorry," a boy said as he retrieved the ball. He went back to his friends without a look back. Large tears swelled into your eyes and slid down your cheeks as you stared at the ruins. Your bottom lip trembled as you let out a whimper. "Are you okay?" a sudden voice asked. Looking up, you saw a boy with light gray hair standing over you with a concerned look on his face. Sniffling, you pointed to the mess. My sandcastle was destroyed. I worked so hard on it, and now it's gone." As you were about to let a fresh batch of tears come out of your eyes, the boy suddenly sat down. "Don't worry, I'll help you rebuild it," he said with a smile. "Oh, okay." Rubbing the tears away, the two of you started rebuilding the sandcastle. It went on a lot quicker than it did before, and the boy chatted with you as you built everything. Once it was done, you looked and smiled as it looked better than it did before. "Thank you," you said, grinning at him. "I can't wait to show my mom." You pointed at your mother, who was talking with another lady. "That's my mom over there with her," he said as he stood up, holding his hand out as he offered it to you. You noticed there was something on his wrist that you had seen on your own a lot of times. Taking his hand, you stood up. "I have that on my wrist too." You showed him your own. It was the exact same flower, a bright yellow chrysanthemum with petals twisting into a perfect spiral towards the center. "That's so cool," the brown-eyed boy said as his eyes widened with amazement. "I'm Sugawara Koshi, by the way." "I'm first name, last name." Tugging on his hand, you headed towards your mother. "Come on." The two of you dashed over and stopped short, both of your parents looking down at you. "Did you make that sandcastle first name?" "Yeah, I had help too." You smiled at the boy. "I see you made a friend, Koshi," his mother said with a warm smile. He nodded. "Look, we even have the same flower." The two of you displayed them on your wrist. Both of the women blinked in surprise and then looked at each other. "Oh my," your mother said as she covered her mouth. Sugawara's mother looked in shock, just as shocked as your own mother was. "So soon, too." You both stared at the older women in confusion. Tugging on your mother's dress, you asked, "What's wrong, Mommy?" She smiled down at you and patted your head. "Nothing, little one. It's just sharing the same flower means you two are destined to be close." Both you and Sugawara looked at each other. He broke into a wide grin. "Last name, we're going to be best friends." You grinned widely. "Yeah." Age 10. "Koshi, hurry up." You had called out from the doorway of his house. You'd been waiting for him to get ready so both of you can go to school. You heard him rushing down the stairs. "Sorry, first name." The gray-haired boy kissed his mother goodbye before heading out with you to go to school. With you both linking arms, the two of you chatted as you passed by the houses and then the stores. You lived a few blocks from Sugawara, so you always visited each other. Since that day in the park, you two were inseparable. Your parents were always happy to see that you two were together. The two of you got along well, although there were some times where fights broke out, yet you couldn't stay mad at each other for too long. "Hey, Koshi." "Yeah?" "We should go get ice cream after school," he suggested as he pointed to a cafe. He nodded. "Okay, we could do that. I'll just have to get money from my mom first." You hummed as you two walked. "First name, are you gonna do any club sports?" "I don't know. I might join the art club though. What about you?" The gray-haired boy seemed to be thinking, then he spoke. "I want to try out for volleyball. It looks really fun." Hey, maybe you can get really good at it and teach me how to play. I'll come to your games too, you said as you started skipping excitedly. He just laughed at your antics. Age 15. What school are you going to choose, first name? Sugawara laid horizontally on your bed as he was staring at you upside down. Looking from your sketchbook, you shrugged your shoulders. I don't really know. Mom wants me to go to Shiratorizawa Academy because she says my grades are really good and it would be a great opportunity, but I heard the entrance exams were really hard though. Flipping onto his stomach, he smiled. You'll get in, I'm sure of it. You're really smart, first name. He scratched his cheek. I don't think I'd be able to get in at all. I'll go wherever you decide to go, Koshi. We're a package deal, so if you don't get into Shiratorizawa, I'm not going, he said as you stuck your tongue out. You shouldn't go to school just because I'm not going. Don't do that. He scolded, though inwardly happy to know that his best friend would have been with him even in high school. Rolling his eyes, your gaze went back to your sketchbook. Koshi, you and I know that either of us would go wherever the other one is going, no matter what. Your parents know it, and so do mine. He sighed. Yeah, I guess you're right. Humming in annoyance, he sat up. I can't focus. Want to go get a sundae? Sure. Careful, first name. All that sugar is not good for you, he warned with a teasing tone. Throwing your pencil at him, he ducked. And then he scowled. Are you saying that I'm going to get fat? Of course not. I'm just worried for your teeth, he said, but the glint in his eyes told you that he was teasing you. Koshi, stop being such a meanie. Age 18. Within your 3 years of high school, a lot happened. Sugawara joined the boys' volleyball team and you had joined the art club. The two of you were still as close as ever, despite both being busy with your own things. As promised, the two of you went to Karasuno High School, despite the fact that you had passed your entrance exam for Shiratorizawa Academy. Your mother and father weren't happy that you had declined the school, but knew that you'd go wherever your soulmate went. Sugawara tried his best to study to get into the academy, but he just couldn't make it. You two still walked to and from school together. This time, there were other boys added to the trip. You made your own friends, also maintaining your friendship that you and he had. Many people assumed that you two were a couple, seeing as how often you two were seen with each other. Even more people assumed when they found out that you two were soulmates. Yet, the two of you couldn't see each other as more than best friends. Wow, so you're Sugawara's soulmate? Hinata stared in awe. You met eyes with the first-year volleyball members, and from what Sugawara told you, they were an interesting bunch. You smiled and nodded. Yep, we met each other when we were 6. So soon? Are you his girlfriend? He asked with a curious look. You patted his head. No, I'm his best friend. Me and Suga aren't interested in each other like that. I thought all soulmates were supposed to end up as partners, Kageyama said with a frown. You shrugged. Well, we did try the couple thing once, but it ended up being weird. I mean, when you feel like you're kissing your mom or dad, that's when you know you shouldn't be more than just friends. You wrinkled your nose at the memory. Second year, your friends had pestered you about why you weren't dating your soulmate. You had told them that you never felt that way about him, but insisted that you wouldn't truly know unless you tried. After much pestering, you finally asked Sugawara if he wanted to try to be a couple. The gray-haired boy had looked at you strangely, so you explained to him. After, he agreed, and the two of you decided to go on your first date later that week. Needless to say, it was awkward because all you thought about was, what would a couple do during the entire date? Neither of you acted like your true selves, but then he leaned in to kiss you, and it felt weird. You felt like you were kissing your dad or something, and it made you feel all gross. After the kiss, he had admitted that he didn't really feel anything when he was kissing you. To your relief, the two of you were on the same page. Thus, your very short, yet not so romantic relationship with your soulmate had ended. You two were joking about it later on. Oh, both of the boys were quiet. First name, how'd you get them so quiet? Sugawara came over to you. He slung his arm around your shoulder. Chuckling, you leaned into him. I told him about that time when we tried to be a couple. Ah, he nodded while crinkling his nose. Time to practice, guys. The two first years snapped out of their silence and made their way to the court. You hummed as you watched them leave. Hinata's very loud and Kageyama's really serious. I'm sure they'll get along though. He sighed. I hope so. I don't want to see Daichi get angry again. He shivered at the thought. Yeah, angry Daichi is scary. You shook your head. Do you want to get do you want to get a sundae after practice? Of course. He nodded, placing a kiss on the top of your head. You reached out and pinched his cheeks. Have fun, Koshi. He chuckled as he ran off, while rubbing his short, sore cheek. Age 22. College was hell. Or at least you thought it was. Your last year, you were swamped with papers, and you were happy that you and Sugawara had to suffer through the hell together. You two ended up going to the same college, no surprise to anyone. Though you didn't have a dorm together for the first 2 years, you had spent most of your time in his room or he in yours. Your last year, you two had rented an apartment and lived together. Sugawara did the cooking and the cleaning, while you did most of the shopping and the laundry. It was a good medium between the both of you. "Hey, Koshi," you called out to him from your room. "What is it?" He called from the back of the living room couch. Saving your work, you close your computer. "Do you want to go get a sundae after a few minutes? I really need a break from this paper before I lose my mind." "Sure, let me just get some actual clothes on," he replied, and you heard him coming down the hall to his room, which was directly across from yours. Finding your wallet on the bed, you had grabbed your jacket, and you were thankful that Sugawara was so clean, or your room would have been an utter mess without him. You sighed as you saw the sleeve on his shirt. As you saw the sleeve of your shirt painted on it, most of the clothes you had paint here or there. Being an art major, you had a big final project to do. You were working on a large painting for your final project. Despite it being a pain, you were glad that you weren't doing something like crunching numbers or writing business or arrangement like Sugawara was doing. "Ready when you are," he said as he poked out his head into your room. Grinning, he looped your arm through his and headed out through the apartment. You hummed the whole way there. Age 30. First name? You buried your face in your pillow. You regretted giving Sugawara a spare key to your house. You just wanted to be alone. Sniffling, you didn't even look up as he came into your room. "Leave me alone, Koshi. I just want to be alone." First name, hiding away from me isn't going to make it any better. Talk to me. You'd felt the dip in the bed as he had sat down and ruffled your hair. Slowly, sitting up, you looked at your soulmate with red eyes. I hate this." You burrowed your face into the back of the pillow and let out a muffled scream. Sugawara gently stroked your back. "What happened?" Pulling the pillow away, you leaned into his shoulder. "He dumped me. He found his soulmate and wanted to see if they would work out." "I'm so sorry, first name. I can't even hate him, you know. I thought that he would never meet his soulmate. That was the reason that he agreed to go out with me. We had fun and I really liked him. He just kept apologizing and apologizing. All I could do was say that it was okay, even though it wasn't." You clenched your fists. Wrapping an arm around you, he pulled you close so that your face was buried in his chest. "I'm sorry that happened to you. I wish I could do something, but I'm useless in this kind of situation. At least I don't have to beat him up." You let out a chuckle. "Please, Koshi, you wouldn't hurt a fly." He laughed along with you. "You're probably right, but for you, I try my best." Gripping on to the back of his jacket, you sighed. "I love you, Koshi. I love you too, first name." You two were silent for a bit and then pulled away. "Is it selfish of me that I wish that he would never find a soulmate?" Brushing a few stray tears from his face. "No, I don't think so. We all want to be loved, and I think that we deserve it. You deserve to have that kind of love, the love I can't give you." "You do too. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Sometimes I wonder if things could have been different for us if we had met in another life." "We'll never know. Just focus on the future, first name. I'll always be there for you no matter what, because you are my soulmate and my best friend." He brushed a kiss against your forehead. He had reached up and slightly pinched his cheek. "Yeah, I'll always be there for you, Koshi." You hugged him and relaxed a bit. You felt your heart lift up a little bit. Pulling back, he ruffled your hair again. "Wanna go get a sundae?" he asked with a small smile. "You know me so well," you grinned. The two of you walked down the street, arm in arm, best friends, soulmates. Boom! I didn't think it was gonna be like this, but I thought it was so cute. Even if you guys didn't fall in love, that was so cute. That was adorable. Stop it. That was so cute. Who wants to be my best friend like this? That's so cute. Literally. And whoever dumped you, fuck him. We don't need him. We don't need him in your life. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll try to do a soulmate of you where, you actually get Usuga, because that's probably what you guys wanted. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe and have the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. And also I wanted to thank you guys if anybody's still here by the end of the video, because most people click off. If you were still here, thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.